something in your morning drink that gets you going every day. It's what gives you that little extra jolt and what wakes you up. It's caffeine. I've done research for my own health reasons on caffeine. I have a mitral prolapse valve, or leaky heart. It's the valve between the left chambers in my heart leaks when my heart beats. And my cardiologist ordered me not to have any caffeine, so I decided to see what my other options would be. And I found out a few interesting facts. What is caffeine? According to Wikipedia, caffeine is a bitter white citrulline xanthine alkaloid. It's a big mouthful. That's a psychoactive stimulant drug. So it's a drug. But along with nicotine and alcohol, caffeine is one of the 3 most widely used mood-affecting drugs in the world. So, look at it this way. Your cigarettes, and your alcohol, and your caffeine are your 3 biggest addictive drugs, basically, in the world. Where does it come from? It's naturally produced in your leaves, in beans like your tea leaves or your coffee beans, and seeds of many plants, and it's also artificially produced. History shows that caffeine has been consumed since the Stone Age. As a matter of fact, the reigning emperors of China in 3000 BC accidentally made tea by mistake. They dropped some tea leaves in some boiling water, and that's how the first tea supposedly was made. Also, according to Wikipedia, this is a little-known legend showing how addiction dates back into the 9th century. Legend has it that a goat herder saw his goats eating on shrubs, and they were elated and sleepless, and so he decided he was going to see what was making them be this way. So he went out and he watched them, and like I say, he was eating these shrubs. He decided he would do the same thing. He would eat the shrubs, and he discovered that there were beans on the shrubs. Why you would do what goats were doing, I'm not really sure. But he had the same effect once he ate the beans on the shrubs, which were coffee beans. So, as according to legend, this is how one of the first addictions was born. Also, this is not legend, but true about addiction. In 1911, the United States government tried to force Coca-Cola to remove caffeine from Coke by filing suit against them, saying that caffeine caused an unnamed girls' college to made the girls in the school they became wild and nocturnal freaks, and they committed violation of college rules and committed female proprieties and even immoralities when they consumed Coca-Cola. Now, this was in 1911. This was after Coca-Cola had found that they had used cocaine in Coke. So cocaine was no longer in Coca-Cola, so they couldn't blame it on the cocaine. It was the caffeine. That the United States lost the suit. The judge ruled for Coke. But as a result of this lawsuit, 2 bills were introduced. One of them stated that, as a matter of fact, because of this lawsuit, Coke had to start, and other labels had to start putting on caffeine as a habit-forming drug. They had to list this on their product label. So, when you buy any kind of labels, it has to show all your products, what your ingredients are in your products. What other items have caffeine in them? You have coffee, tea, soft drinks. But how much caffeine is in these items? On the average, your cup of coffee, an 8-ounce cup of coffee, is going to have 80 milligrams of caffeine in it. Now you can try to go to decaf. If you drink decaf cup, same 8-ounce cup of coffee, it's going to have 3 to 4 milligrams of caffeine in it. So, if you wanted to go to decaf, in order to have the same amount of caffeine, you would drink not 1 pot, but 2 pots of decaffeinated coffee in order to have the same amount of caffeine as is in 1 cup of regular caffeinated coffee. So, you could try to go that route if you didn't want to have as much caffeine in your coffee. What about your regular other drinks, like your high-energy drinks? According to Ask.com, your high-energy drinks such as Monster or Red Bull, you have about 80 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is about the same as in your regular cup of coffee. Iced tea has about 40 milligrams of caffeine. Green tea, not so much, it's got about 15 milligrams. Mountain Dew, you see all these Mountain Dew commercials, Do the Dew. You'd think it'd have a lot of caffeine and be high energy. It's only got about 55 milligrams of caffeine. Pepsi's the same amount. Coke has about 45 milligrams. The Starbucks coffee, it's got a higher content of caffeine, but it varies. It just depends on what kind of caffeine or what kind of coffee you get. Can too much caffeine cause health problems? Yes, it can. That's why your doctors tell you not to have caffeine when you have a heart problem, because it is a drug, it's a stimulant. It stimulates your heart, your respiratory system, and your nervous system. It raises your blood pressure. That's why doctors say no caffeine, as I've stated. So a lot of them will tell you go to decaf coffee, but even decaf coffee, as I've shown, has small amounts of caffeine in it, so even that can affect your heart system. So what you can do, if you have to have that cup of coffee, if you have decaf, you can drink lots of water. My doctor, Dr. Patar, who is a cardiologist, says if you must have it, please drink lots of water. It will flush your system out, and you can get rid of the caffeine in your system. But you just do need to remember, if you're going to have caffeine, it is an addictive drug. It's been popular for years, and it's going to continue to be popular because people want that kick in the morning. And it's not just in tea and coffee. You're going to have it in your soft drinks. And it was having an adverse effect on your health. But if you've got to have that taste, just, you can have your coffee and your tea, but just remember, please use moderation.